Welcome to another Tech Help video brought to you by AccessLearningZone.com. I am your instructor, Richard Rost. In today's video, I'm going to teach you what the Append Only property is for long text fields. I'm going to show you how to use it, then I'm going to explain why you shouldn't. I'll show you a couple of better alternatives. Today's question comes from Aria in Danbury, Connecticut, one of my platinum members. Aria says, I set the Append Only property in the notes field of my customer table to yes, but it doesn't appear to be working. What exactly does that property do? So the Append Only property is something I don't use. Essentially what it does is it tracks changes in a long text field. It saves the entire edit history. In fact, Append Only is kind of a misleading name. They should have changed it to like keep history, track changes, I don't know, something like that. Append Only is weird. You'd think Append Only would mean that you can only add stuff to the end of it, but that's not what it is. So first, let me show you what it is and how to use it. All right, so normally if you have a long text field here, right, you come in here and you make a change to it. Okay, whatever. That original change is now gone. Okay. With Append Only, that change will be hidden, but it's visible if you know how to find it. So let's go set it so that we can find it. First, you got to go into the table, go to Design View, come down to your notes field or whatever it is. It only works for long text fields, by the way. And come down here, you'll see Append Only, change that to yes. All right. Now, save the table, close it. Nothing will appear to have changed. Come in here. You got nice guy. All right, now let's change this to bad guy. All right, now leave the record and come back to it. And bad guy is there, but how do you see the nice guy? How do you see the original one? Well, you got to right-click on the field and come down to Show Column History, and then you get this thing. And you can see there's the bad guy and the date and time that it was changed. All right, hit OK. And if you come in here again and change this to really cool dude, all right, let's go over to Captain Kirk and, total ladies man, that kind of stuff, right? So if I go back to me, right click, show column history, there's the previous two changes. And all of your changes will be put in here. Right? And if I go back to James Kirk, right click, show column history, there's the previous. Okay, and notice that other one is gone now. Okay? Because that's one of the problems with turning on the Append Only property after the fact is it doesn't always save what's in here. Let's go find somebody else. Let's see. Okay, so Jean-Luc Picard is best captain ever because he is. Okay, and if I change that now to Locutus of Borg, right, and I'll leave it and come back to it, right-click, show column history, see it didn't keep the old one. So not only don't I recommend it, it's buggy. It doesn't work unless you turn this on from the beginning of the table. As long as this field is empty, there's nothing in it, because it won't always save your changes properly. Even if you close the table, come back in here, right-click, show column history. Yeah, see, it doesn't have the original stuff. All right, so I don't like it. And also, this stuff does get saved in the table. Now, if you're just doing little tiny edits like this, small little bits of notes, you're not going to have any problems. But if you're talking about long text fields, and I've got some clients that use it to like store the full text of like books, okay, whole chapters, stuff like that, you will eventually run into problems where your fields are getting too large. Remember, even though these can hold lots and lots of information, the visual interface here can only hold much, much less. So don't rely on this to keep a complete history. It's not properly relational. It's not the best way to build your database. My recommendation, and I tell you this in my Access Beginner 4 class, don't use it. The Append Only property joins the list of things like multi-valued fields, attachment data types, switchboards, and some things like that that are on my Evil Access page. Okay, it's right down here. Okay, it wasn't there. I just added it, but it should have been on here. All right, evil things that are frowned upon. Check this out. I'll put a link to this page down below. These are some things you should never do. All right. Another problem with these is that if you decide later on, if your database is getting big and you want to upscale it to SQL Server doesn't support the change history. Okay, so your change history will just be gone. Okay. Yes, I believe SharePoint does keep the change history, but I'm not exactly sure if it imports properly from Access. So I haven't tried it. I'm not going to try it. I don't recommend using it. Don't use it. Just don't. Now, what is the proper way to track something like this? I would recommend using something like this. All right, a second table, like in this case, the contact table, where you can put information like this. Okay. You can keep the date and the other information that you want to put in there in a separate table, and it's all stored properly. I show that in my contacts video. If you actually want to track changes to a specific field, I teach you how to do that in my track changes in data video. Okay, where you can track the actual changes that were made, save it. If you have like a field, like your notes field, that you want to track the changes, okay, then you can use a separate table, and I show you how to do that in this video. Now, is it possible to do what you think it's going to do here, where you can have it so that you can only add stuff onto it? I mean, yeah, you probably could with some VBA. Make it so that you can only add stuff onto here and lock it so you can't delete the stuff. I mean, I could probably figure that out, but why would you want to? I don't understand. If you want to be able to only add data, just do this. Make a second table and just add data. I don't get why you'd want to only be able to add stuff to a notes field. So if you can come up with a good reason why, then I'll do it and show it to you in a video. I can't think of a good reason why. Now, let's say you've got this database already built. You've been using it for a year. People have been working with this, and you don't want to lose all that history. Okay? The only way you can really come in here, you can access this information programmatically, but it's quite detailed and it's quite in-depth, and it requires a good amount of programming. I'm going to cover this in my Access Developer 43 class. I'll put a link to that down below as well. But in a nutshell, what I would recommend doing for now is to just copy this stuff. You can select this, copy it, maybe paste it over in a notepad, right? Bring up your notepad. All right, you can copy this stuff here, select it all, copy, over here at Notepad. Okay, close this, and then make another note field on here, and then just paste that stuff in. Or I guess once you copy it to your clipboard, you don't really need to drop it in a Notepad. But just if you want to save that data, put it in here, because once you change this, watch, if you come back in here and design view, if you come back in here and change this guy back to a normal field with no append only, save it, it's going to say, hey, the history for those columns will be lost. Are you sure you want to continue? All right. I'm going to say no, because I'm going to keep this around. I'm going to actually escape out of that and not save it. I'm going to use it in the other class. But yeah, that's append only. Don't use it. I don't recommend it. All right. A couple options. Again, use either proper contact table like this, or use track changes like I show in the other video. Okay. Now, if you want to learn more, if you are stuck with a database that maybe you built and you didn't know better, or you inherited it from somebody else and they've been using the append only and you want to get rid of it, and you got tons and tons of data stuck in your column history, and you want to extract that into something like your normal, like your contacts table, I will show how to do that in my Access Developer 43 class. I just finished recording it, so when I say I will, it means I have it. It's covered in Access Developer 43 Lesson 2. I was going to make this an extended cut, but then after I started doing it, it's about 40 minutes long, and it's a lot of advanced stuff, including record set loops, crazy string parsing, because this is all one string in here. You got to pull out the pieces, you got to take out the date, you got to take that out, you got to look for the CHR13 on the end. It's a lot of work. All right, it's a whole bunch of coding. So if you want to learn how to do it, Access Developer 43. Don't just skip to this though, unless you know record sets, unless you know the string functions, left, right, mid, all those things. But if you're interested, I'll put a link down below. Developer students, we'll be covering this. It's a great example of something to do with all these things here. So yeah, that's where this is covered. But that is going to be your tech help video for today. I hope you learned something. Live long and prosper, my friends. I'll see you next time. If you enjoyed this video, please give me a thumbs up and post any comments you may have below. I do try to read and answer all of them as soon as I can. Make sure you subscribe to my channel, which is completely free. Click the bell icon and select all to receive notifications when new videos are posted. Want to learn more? Click the Show More link below the video to find additional resources and links. YouTube does a pretty good job of hiding it. It's right down there. See this part of the description here, right? The name, the video's up here. There's a little Show More down there, right down the bottom. It's kind of hard to find. But once you click on that, you'll see a list of other videos, additional information related to the current topic, free lessons, and lots more. And YouTube no longer sends out email notifications when new videos are posted like they used to do. But if you'd like to get an email every time I post a new video, click on the link to join my mailing list. And you can pick how frequently to get emails from me, either as they happen, daily, weekly, or monthly. Now, if you'd like to become a paid member of my channel and receive all kinds of awesome perks, click on the Join button. You'll see a list of all the different membership levels that are available, each with its own special perks, including my extended cut videos, access to my code vault, lots of VBA source code in there, template downloads, and lots more. I'll talk more about these perks at the end of the video. Even if you don't want to commit to becoming a paid member and you'd like to help support my work, please feel free to click on the tip jar link. Your patronage is greatly appreciated and will help keep these free videos coming. I got some puppies to feed. But don't worry, no matter what, these free tech help videos are going to keep coming. As long as you keep watching them, I'll keep making more, and they'll always be free. Now, if you really want to learn Access and you haven't tried my free Access Level 1 course, check it out now. It covers all the basics of Microsoft Access, including building forms, queries, reports, and more. It's over 4 hours long. You can find it on my website or on my YouTube channel. I'll put a link down below you can click on. And did I mention it's completely free? The whole thing, free, 4 hours. Go watch it. And okay, a lot of you have told me that you don't have time to sit through a 4-hour course. So I do now have a quicker Microsoft Access for Beginners video that covers all the basics faster in about 30 minutes. And no, I didn't just put the video on fast forward. But I'll put a link to this down below as well. Now, if you like level 1, level 2 is just $1. That's it, $1. And that's another whole 90-minute course. Level 2 is also free for paid members of any level, including supporters. So if you're a member, go watch level 2. It's free. Okay, want to get your question answered in a video just like this one? Visit my tech help page and send me your question there. Members get priority, of course. While I do try to read and respond to all of the comments posted below in the comments section, I only have time to go through them briefly a couple of times a month, and sometimes I get thousands of them. So send me your question here on the tech help page, and you'll have a better chance of getting it answered. And while you're on my website, be sure to stop by my Access forum. We've got lots of lively conversations about Microsoft Access and other topics. I have a fantastic group of moderators who help me answer questions. Shout out to Alex, Kevin, Scott, Adam, John, Dan, Juan, and everybody else who helps out on the site. I appreciate everything you do. I couldn't do it without you. Be sure to follow my blog, find me on Twitter, and of course on YouTube. Yeah, I'm on Facebook too, but I don't like Facebook. Don't get me started. Now, let's talk more about those member perks if you do decide to join as a paid member. There are different levels: Silver, Gold, Platinum, and Diamond. Silver members and up get access to all of my extended cut tech help videos, one free beginner class every month, and some other perks. Gold members get all the previous perks, plus access to download the sample databases that I build in my tech help videos, plus access to my code vault where I keep tons of different functions that I use, the code that I build in most of the videos. You'll also get higher priority if you do submit any tech help questions. Now, answers are never guaranteed, but you do go higher in the list for me to read them. And if I like your question, you got a good chance of it being answered. You'll also get one free expert level class each month after you've finished the beginner series. Platinum members get all the previous perks plus even higher priority for tech help questions. You get access to all of my full beginner level courses for every subject. And I cover lots of different subjects like Word, Excel, VBA, ASP, lots of different stuff, not just Access. These are the full-length courses found on my website. You get all the beginner ones. In addition, once you finish the expert classes, you get one free developer class per month. So lots of training. And finally, you can also become a Diamond sponsor. You'll have your name or your company name listed on a sponsors page that will be shown on each video as long as you're a sponsor. You'll get a shout out in the video and a link to your website or product in the text below the video and on my website. So that's it. Once again, my name is Richard Rost. Thank you for watching this video brought to you by AccessLearningZone.com. I hope you enjoyed. I hope you learned something today. Live long and prosper, my friends. I'll see you again soon.